Hi readers, welcome to our work on lesson 7 today. I want to say that, remember, this is the end of the week, and next week will be week 4. Remember, the even numbered weeks, we have a reading Zoom meeting for everyone who can be there on Thursday at 10:30. The link and passcode are in the Things You Need to Know section of the classwork page for our reading Google Classroom. So check that out. It'd be great if we could see you there Thursday at 10:30. All right. Good luck with today's lesson. Okay, scholars, lesson 7 has 2 columns of vocabulary words today. We're starting in column 1. All the words in column 1 today end in the of her. So let's make sure we're reading those carefully. Word 1 is older. What word? Good. I am older than you are. And I turn a year older tomorrow. Word 2, river. What word? Excellent. Word 3 is sharper. What word? Well done. Word 4 is fewer. What word? Good. You have fewer candles on your birthday cake than I have on mine. Let's do this column the quick way. I'm back at the top. My pointing finger is ready. Here we go. Older, river, sharper, fewer. Column 2. The words in column 2, some of them are places, right? Nouns name a person, place, thing, or idea. And we have 3 noun places in this list. So the words in number 1 name a place, Reedy Lake. What name? Good. Word 2 is Kentucky. What word? Good. Word 3 is crooked. What word? Excellent. Word 4 is Michigan. What word? Well done. Word 5 is triangle. What word? You got it. Let's do this column the quick way. Back up to the top. Pointing finger ready. Here we go. Reedy Lake, Kentucky, crooked, Michigan, triangle. Scholars, 2 of these words are states in the United States, Michigan and Kentucky. Just like Minnesota is one of the 50 states, Kentucky and Michigan are 2 of the 50 states. Reedy Lake is a name of a lake. We'll hear more about that soon. So Reedy Lake, Kentucky, and Michigan are all proper nouns. They name specific nouns. Right? Reedy Lake is a specific lake. Kentucky and Michigan are specific states. So they're all capitalized. They're called proper nouns. Scholars, we're going to move to part B. If you want to pause and practice any more of the vocabulary, take a moment to do that. So today you're going to read the next story about Henry and Tim, but we have an information passage about 2 states in the United States first. Look at that, Michigan and Kentucky, 2 of our vocabulary words. The map shows the migration path the geese are following. The map also shows the first 3 landing places. So scholars, let's touch the place where the trip began. Did you touch Big Trout Lake? Do you remember what country Big Trout Lake is in? That's right, Canada. Follow the path from Big Trout Lake to the first landing place. Let's all do that. Ready? What country is that landing place in? Did you say Canada? Good. Follow the path to the next landing place. Over here. That landing place is in the United States. It is in a state named Michigan. So, scholars, is this second landing place in Canada? No. What country is it in? Right, the United States. What state of the United States is this landing place in? Bing, bing, bing. Michigan is correct. Good work. Follow the path from the landing place in Michigan to the next landing place. Here we go. What country is that landing place in? The United States. Very good. That landing place is not in the state of Michigan. It is in the state of Kentucky. So they went from Michigan in the United States to Kentucky in the United States. And then all these other states are also states in the United States. And remember, Tim and Henry need to get, or at least Tim needs to get to Florida. All right. Pause for a moment, scholars, and read this information passage aloud. Then we'll go to part C. All right, ready for part C? Old Henry tests Tim. Old Henry's wing was very sore the next morning, but he didn't tell Tim about it. Before the geese took off, Old Henry tried to explain the next landing place to Tim. It was a field that had a stream running through it. The field was shaped like a triangle. It had a large grove of trees on the east side of the triangle. Old Henry even scratched a map in the dirt. It showed the landing place, the stream, and the trees. Remember, that's the place we're looking for this afternoon. I won't tell you when we're there. You'll have to tell me when we're there. So scholars, hold that spot for a moment. Let's take a look at the picture. Touch the field that is shaped like a triangle. Touch the stream. Good. Now, scholars, before we continue, do you remember why Henry's wing is sore? Right. His wing is sore after his fight with the fox in yesterday's story. Good remembering. Henry didn't know how well Tim would do, but Henry had to find out. Henry knew that Tim didn't learn if Henry just described the place, but Henry hoped that Tim would do better if he saw a map. So the geese took off and flew south. About an hour before they came to the landing place, Old Henry tested Tim. Old Henry said, "Look down there and tell me if you see anything that is interesting." Tim looked down and then looked at Old Henry. Tim said, I think that is where we are supposed to land. Am I right? No, old Henry said. That is not the place. Tim said, I'm sorry. I guess I am not very smart. You're doing fine, Henry said. Let's stop there for a moment, scholars. Why did Tim think they were over the landing place? I think it was because Henry said that same thing when they were over the first landing place before. And even though Tim got it wrong, Henry said he was doing fine. Why do you think that is, scholars? I think it's because he wants to help Tim feel good, right? Not feel bad about not knowing, right? But to make him feel good and know that it's okay. But Tim was not doing fine. An hour later, the geese flew over the stream and the field shaped like a triangle. After they had flown past it, old Henry said, our landing place is back there. Follow me. He knew that Tim would not be able to make the trip on his own. After the geese had landed, Henry said, what if we wanted to go back to our first landing place? Could you find the way back? Oh, sure, Tim said. That's easy. You just fly back that way until you come to some blue hills. Then you turn a little and go more north until you come to the place where the two rivers cross. Tim went on to tell all the important facts about how to get there. So scholars, hold your spot. Let me ask you a couple of questions. Did Tim learn things from the map that Henry drew? No, he didn't, did he? But did he know how to get back to the first landing place? Yes, he did, didn't he? So it seems, scholars, that he has to go to a place before he really knows about it and knows how to find it again. Keep that in mind as we continue. Old Henry spent a lot of time thinking that night. And he thought a lot the next day. The geese did not fly on that day or on the day after that. On the first day, they rested and talked. It was warmer here than it had been farther north. The geese were not in Canada anymore. They were in Michigan. The trees were yellow and orange, and the sun was warm. Old Henry knew that Tim could not remember a place unless he went to that place. So somebody would have to lead him all the way to Florida. Henry's problem was that his wing felt worse than ever. Henry didn't know how much more of the trip he would be able to make. So scholars, holding that spot for a moment, let's see what you remember. When Henry left Big Trout Lake, how far did he plan to go with Tim? Did you say the first 3 landing places? That would be correct. In Michigan, Henry changed his plans about helping Tim get to Florida. Henry knew that just showing Tim the first 3 landing places wouldn't be enough. What did he realize was going to have to happen for Tim to get to Florida? Right, someone's going to have to lead Tim all the way there. But Henry doesn't think that he'll be able to do that. Why? Right, his wing is sore. Scholars, were right here. Follow along, right? Finger or bookmark while I finish the story. Tim and Henry rested a second day. That day was the first time they saw another flock of geese. The flock formed a great V in the sky. Both Henry and Tim had eyes far sharper than human eyes, so they were able to see all the geese in that flock. Henry said, "There must be more than 60 geese in that flock." "Are they going to the same place we're going?" Tim asked. "No," Henry said. "They are heading a little bit to the west, so they are probably going to Mexico." Tim asked, "Have you ever been to Mexico?" Henry said, "No. The only place I've ever gone in the winter is to Crooked Lake in Florida. And that's what you'll do. Every year, you'll fly to Crooked Lake. Then in the spring, you'll go back to Canada." I wonder what solution they're going to have. How is someone going to lead Tim to Florida? Interesting. So scholars, in your packet for today, it's a little bit different than what we've had so far. I like this one. It's very exciting. So it says, pretend that you are a goose flying south for the winter, and you have to choose a landing place. Where would your landing place be? So one of your landing places along the way. Remember, Tim and Henry are going to have, I think, 5 landing places. So where would you like one of your landing places to be? Right? If you were flying from here in Minnesota south for the winter, where would you have a landing place? And you could start it out, right, with a complete sentence using words from the question, right? One of my landing places would be because, well, we wouldn't have to do the because here. You could just tell me which landing place, right? One of my landing places would be blue. So we're going to get to the Y down here. Second part, make a bird's eye view sketch of the place. So scholars, a bird's eye view is an aerial view, right? So that means from up in the sky, if you were a bird looking down, what would it look like? So you wouldn't want to draw, right, a picture of a barn, right? Because up in the sky, you're not going to see the side of the barn, right? So I wouldn't want to do something like this. I would not want to do something like this because that's not what it's going to look like from up in the sky. So this would not be a bird's eye view. But a bird's eye view, right, might be something like this, like, right? Not very exciting, but barn. Maybe a river. You can kind of decide. And notice how, scholars, I'm labeling, right? Because I noticed in my rubric, labeling it is part of the grade. Maybe there's some trees. Now remember, I'm not going to draw like me looking at a tree as I'm walking along the road. I'm thinking from up in the sky, looking down. This is probably what trees would look like. Now I hope I see something much better from you than what I did, right? Something maybe a little more detail, a few more things. You don't have to color it, but adding some color to it might be really nice and make it really pop, right? I'm looking for your fun, creative work on your bird's eye view. And then here, why would this be a landing place on your journey? So why did you pick that place? This would be a landing place because blah 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 blah. Right? What would you say? What would be its reason? What is your reason for making that one of your landing places? Why would you want that to be a landing place? So be sure this one has the word because. But remember, use words from the question before your word because. All right, good luck, scholars. I'm already excited to see your bird's eye views.